Have I ever regretted it? No, absolutely not. And there are times, or there have been times along my journey when it was difficult and I questioned my decision. And also life, as we've seen the world change before our eyes, similarly as individuals, life changes and we have different needs. And so when I came to Canada, I came as a single person. I was just me and God. And I had the time and I had the flexibility to figure it out and make all the choices because only I was affected for the most part. And once I became a citizen, after I became a citizen, I started a family. And so my needs changed. And so not only did my needs change because I had a baby in the middle of COVID. So I had a baby in May of 2020. And so my needs changed, my life changed, the world changed. And so I had to reassess if I needed to be in Canada at that time in the pandemic with a newborn. And I left Canada actually for a little while and came back. So I say that to mean I've never regretted it. I would never undo it. But I have reassessed along the way whether I needed to be here at this point in time or not. And the beauty about being a citizen and having gone through the process I went through and I have a Canadian passport is that I can be anywhere in the world I want to be and always come back, right? And that's kind of the opportunity and the option that I wanted to have for myself when I chose to come to Canada. So it's not I always say it's not a life sentence because life is lived in phases anyway. And as you change, your needs change, you can make different decisions and you can always come back. So that's what I love about the path that I took and the fact that I have the passport, and I've never regretted it and I would never talk anybody out of coming to Canada. Never. So now the second question you said was now that a lot of things have changed, the world has changed, the economy has changed, Canada has changed, would I still recommend school as a route? Oh, I don't know. That's a hard question to answer because I know what I know. I cannot unknow. When you come to school in Canada, you get a little bit of an edge sort of above people who just land and are trying to find a job. The people who go to school here have an easier time transitioning into the job market because they came to school, and school is kind of like a safe space because you're there and you're there until it's done, right? So you have some time to kind of navigate Canada, navigate the land, and network to then transition into a job versus somebody who comes here, you're landed, and we've been taught that you always have to be working, always have to be working, always have to be earning. So I've seen people come here landed as permanent residents, which means that you just work straight out the bat, and they kind of struggle to find the kind of job they wanted, especially if they're coming from like a managerial position in their country. They struggle a little bit because the pressure is on when you come and you need to find a job. Now, for other programs where you're landing and just in a job immediately, I think that's definitely a great opportunity and is probably comparable to going to school in some way, because then you're kind of safe. You come in a job, you're technically safe at least for a year or so. But I liked the fact that I went to school. I was able to navigate the culture in a safe environment, so to speak, and I was able to kind of coast for a little while before jumping into the job market, which is a different animal. Yeah. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay.